Boom shakalaka, Bitcoin greed jumping back up today as this chart predicts $100,000 Bitcoin, this chart $300,000, and this chart $4 million per Bitcoin. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, a lot of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, including some of the most awesome charts you gotta see with some crazy price predictions, plus what could happen with altcoins. Before we get into it, guys, like the video, come join us on Twitter through Crypto Love, and of course, subscribe to the coolest channel. Don't be the last person to do it. Everybody's already doing it. I mean, if your friends jumped off a bridge, wouldn't you jump off a bridge too? Now, today, Fear and Greed Index at 66. And it should just be very clear because apparently people are stupid nowadays. I'm not suggesting to go jump off a bridge. That would be the opposite because I love you too much. Don't jump off a bridge. I need you to watch my videos so that I can continue to be the most popular channel on YouTube, despite viewer counts or anything like that. Now, Fear and Greed up from yesterday's 55 to today's 66. The overall market up 2%, Bitcoin at 62,896, Ethereum at 30.30, BNB at 593, Solana 153, XRP 51 cents, Toncoin 686, Dogecoin 15 cents, and Cardano 46 cents. Wow, Toncoin up 14% today. Goodness. Now, Bitcoin. The last couple times that Bitcoin price got squeezed between the green and the blue line right here, the 21 SMA and the 100-day moving average, this is the bar pattern of what it did. We could be in for a little bit of a tumble down to this support on the volume profile right around $51,000. But if you hang with me, there's a good reason why we might not only that we may be breaking through the 21 EMA to the upside, finding support above there. We'll have to see how that turns out. But right now, it's kind of a little bit of wait territory for Bitcoin. Simple strategy, you buy 500 days before the halving, you sell 500 days after. Tend to do pretty well in terms of things for Bitcoin. Now, we're just days after the halving, so a little bit early to go selling your Bitcoin just yet. Kind of just have to wait. As a matter of fact, the 65-month liquidity cycle theory perfectly synchronizes with crypto liquidity. This would put the top out towards June 2026, meaning, hey, be patient, just chill, bro, and hodl. Now, we did just have a halving, like I was mentioning, and historically, the bottom of the candle at the halving, that's the cycle bottom every single time. Well, that cycle bottom this time, $56,000, which would mean ipso facto, I don't even know what that means, but it sounds cool to say, that going down to this $51,000 would be impossible because it's never happened before and things don't, Bitcoin always repeats itself, guaranteed 100%. You can bet on it until it doesn't. But right now, it looks like we might have had the last dips before Bitcoin starts the next leg. Every cycle, right around this blue line right here, finds support right around that territory before taking off on the true parabolic run. Hey, this cycle is no different. I told you, it repeats itself all the time until it doesn't. But during these recent pullbacks that Bitcoin had, the advanced NVT signal indicator is now at the bottom again for Bitcoin. This is a short-term indicator to show local tops and bottoms, suggesting that this was just a local top for Bitcoin bouncing off the midline. Now we're at a local bottom, suggesting, hey, might be a great time to get back in if you got shaken out with those weak lettuce hands that you have. What's wrong with you? You need to put them in water with ice. That helps the lettuce stay fresh. Now, if we take a look at Bitcoin's price momentum oscillator, signaling a bullish cross down here on the bottom. Let's take a look during the bull run since last November. What happened post bullish cross of this signal? Well, look at this. All up, all up. What would be different this time? All up. Oh my goodness, could be going up. As a matter of fact, this chart right here, the MVRV 90-day ratio, we are still in the green, which means that we are still below this signal line right here. And historically, the last 5 times we had 64% gains, 59% gains, 28, 99, 91. Guess what? That averages out to 65% gains, which will put Bitcoin at $105 based on this chart right here. But that's not all, because that's the low end ballpark. Right now, we have a little formation you might be familiar with, an inverse head and shoulders. I'm guessing you've seen a head and shoulders before if you've ever looked in the mirror or ever looked at another human being. maybe. If you ever lift your head up from your phone, you might see other people. They have head and shoulders. Well, you just invert that. You get an inverse head and shoulders. We have the left shoulder right there. We have the head right here. And guess what? Got rejected from previous all-time highs. Now finding support. Maybe a very small shoulder, but it counts. And when we do come up, guess what? That predicts roughly $300,000 to $365,000 Bitcoin. This says $338,000 Bitcoin. Yowzer. That could be huge. This one says 265. So somewhere between 265 and 338 in the middle. We'll just call it 300,000. Why don't we we'll just make Bitcoin $300,000. Nice and easy. There we go. Nice and simple. 5x from here. Nobody has to question anything. But that's not all, because turns out if you not only chart Bitcoin price on a log scale here on the left, but you also chart Bitcoin time on the log scale here on the bottom, it goes in a straight line. Bitcoin undeniably follows a power law with an R2 of 97%, has followed this power law for 9 orders of magnitude. The probability of that happening by chance is so close to zero that it's ridiculous. Now, based on this power law, it's already gone through 9 orders of magnitude. What's another order of magnitude, or 2 or 3 or however many more orders of magnitude? Because based on this, it would put Bitcoin price at $4 million per coin in about 15 years. Holy cow, 2039, $4 million per Bitcoin. John McAfee was right. Rest in peace. Doesn't have to eat his own penis. Thank goodness. Now, as we continue, altcoins right now are looking hot. They are looking sexy. They are looking very, very good. If we take a look right here, strongly convinced we will see an altcoin coming up. What we've seen so far was just a pre-pump. Okay, this was like the premature altcoin ejaculation. Now we're going to have the full-blown altcoin orgasm. Just take a look at the structure from 2018 to 2020. We have a falling wedge, we have back test, RSI, everything looks similar right before parabolic curve. Take a look at this, falling wedge, back test, RSI, everything looks similar. Are we just a few weeks away from the start of a parabolic curve? Goodness, I hope so, because I made a whole bunch of awesome videos about altcoins. And some of them are going to do incredible, and then I'm going to look like a super genius. Much more than I am, because right now I just guess. But you know who's not guessing? HSBC Research. That's right. They harness the power of millions of portfolio simulations. Do you know how much that cost them? Probably next to nothing, because it's super cheap to do that stuff. But after rerunning millions of portfolio simulations using a recent data sample, they found that a small allocation of 1 to 5% in crypto can enhance your portfolio. They're not saying Bitcoin, they're saying crypto. That could be a lot of money heading into altcoins in the future. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to have an alt season to remember, like a December to remember, that type of thing, to sell Lexuses or Mercedes or whatever car it is they're trying to sell during Christmas. Well, we're going to have an alt season to remember. You see, small accumulation, small reaccumulation, big alt season, big accumulation, big reaccumulation, small alt season? No, even bigger alt season. That would suck if it was small alt season. But I think it's going to be an even bigger, because this is like a fractal. You just make the fractal a lot bigger, and then everything's a lot bigger, because bigger is better. Hello. That's all for this episode. If you enjoyed it, push the like button. Come join us on Twitter with Crypto Love. And of course, subscribe to the coolest channel on all of YouTube. I'll catch you guys later. And don't jump off a bridge, please. I love you. Have a good one. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.